What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the old Goatman, the legend of the Goatman. While we're talking about this fool, I'm going to be drawing him. Ideally, I make these videos for you guys to listen to. There's not a whole bunch going on to watch, but if you want to watch the drawing process, it's there for you. But anywho, let's get right into it. Across forests, back roads, and forgotten bridges in America, there's a creature people claim to have encountered in the dark. Half man, half goat. And now they call it, go ahead, that's right, the Goatman. The story isn't a single legend with one origin. Instead, it's a strange patchwork of folklore, eyewitness accounts, and local myths that stretch across several states. Like many cryptids, the Goatman exists in the foggy border between folklore and fear, a creature shaped as much by human imagination as by whatever might be lurking in the woods, baby. To understand the Goatman, we need to start with the oldest roots of the legend. This image, though, of a half-man, half-goat creature is a lot older than American folklore. It's nothing new. In ancient mythology, goat-like humanoids appeared all the time. The Greek god Pan, for example, was depicted with the legs and horns of a goat and the torso of a man. Pan was the god of wilderness, shepherds, and wild places. According to myth, he roamed forests and mountains, playing haunting music on reed pipes for whatever reason. What a freak, man. Creatures called satyrs were similar, goat-legged spirits that lived deep in the woods. These beings weren't necessarily evil, but they represented something ancient and untamed, something that lived outside of civilization. Over time, as Christianity spread through Europe, goat-like features began to symbolize demons. Horns, hooves, and animal legs became visual shorthand for something sinister. In the United States, however, the Goatman legend appears in several places, but two locations stand out the most. One, Maryland. In Prince George's County, locals began reporting sightings of a creature in the woods during the 1950s and 60s. According to witnesses, the creature had the body of a man, the head of a goat, large horns, hooves instead of feet, and sometimes it carried an axe. The legend became so popular that the creature was named the Goatman of Maryland. I'm so sorry, what? Maryland. Many sightings were reported near Largo High School and in nearby wooded areas. Students told stories of a monster that stalked lovers parked on dark roads. Some claimed the Goatman would chase cars through the forest. Okay. If I see this fool chasing me through the forest, you better believe I'm pissing and shitting my pants. But anyway, others said it attacked livestock, but the most famous explanation for the creature's origins is even stranger. Sit tight, baby. You're not ready for this. One legend claims that the Goatman was actually once a scientist. The story says that a researcher working at Hillsville Agricultural Research Center was experimenting with goats in genetic modification. Never a good combo. You know what I mean? Come on now. Aren't we familiar with the Baphomet? But anyway, something went horribly wrong, as you might expect. The experiment mutated the scientist into a violent half-man, half-goat creature, driven insane. The Goatman escaped into the forest. From there, it began attacking animals and wandering the countryside. There's obviously no actual evidence that this actually occurred, but the story spreads rapidly through local communities and urban legends. And this is obviously the undeniable coolest backstory of a cryptid. I hope this is real. You know what I mean? Poor guy. I don't hope that upon him, but if he's already in this state, what can we do? But let's get back into it. Perhaps the most famous Goatman legend comes from old Texas. Just outside Denton, there is an old iron bridge called Old Alton Bridge. Locals call it Goatman's Bridge. According to legend, in the early 1900s, a man named Oscar Washburn lived nearby. He was a successful goat farmer who supposedly placed a sign on the bridge that read, "This way to the Goatman." But the story takes a dark turn. Some of the versions of the story claim that local vigilantes attacked Washburn because of racism or jealousy over his business success. They supposedly hanged him from the bridge. I'm sorry, that's just nuts. People report hearing hooves on the wood planks at night, and others have claimed to see a tall creature with horns watching them from the trees. That's horrifying. Some say the ghost or creature still guards the bridge today. or haunts it, terrorizes it. Are you kidding me? But yeah, over the decades, hundreds of people have claimed to encounter the Goatman, and descriptions are surprisingly similar. Witnesses often describe a creature that stands 6 to 8 feet tall with shaggy fur, horns, and glowing eyes. Some encounters involve aggressive behavior, which you'd probably assume with a creature that matches this description, right? Right. In the Maryland reports, people claimed the creature chased their cars, but in the Texas reports, witnesses say they hear footsteps or hoofbeats when crossing Goatman's bridge after dark. Others describe something quieter, a figure standing silently at the end of the forest, watching, then disappearing into the trees. Of course, none of these sightings have ever produced any evidence. No skeleton, no verified photos, no biological proof that a Goatman hybrid creature exists. So what are people actually seeing here? There are a few theories. One explanation is obviously misidentification, but I poop on that. You know what I mean? That's what they say about all of these cryptids. Anyway, animals like deer standing upright or partially hidden in a brush can appear strangely humanoid in low light. I'm not buying it. Large goats, not buying it. Not buying it, man. Another possibility is mass folklore. When a community shares a story for decades, people begin interpreting strange sights through that lens. A shadow becomes the Goatman. A noise becomes the hooves. Psychologists call this explanation bias. Once a legend exists, people start seeing it everywhere. And, of course, some sightings may simply be pranks or hoaxes. Urban legends often grow because people enjoy participating in them. I'm going to jump in here and be the voice of reason, though, because, nobody likes anything to be debunked. This wasn't debunked. I'm not saying I debunked this because I don't debunk anything. I believe in everything. But even if these cryptids and creatures did actually exist, what makes us so sure we would ever know? Why would we be shown, right? These crazy, scary, mythological monsters are out there. We would never be shown the skeleton, the remains of these creatures. Am I being a little schizo? Potentially. But I mean, we just have to throw that out there. We know we get lied to all the time, and this would be crazy if we knew there was a Goatman out there. People would go out trying to find it and hunt it, and, who knows, man? Or maybe it's just the Baphomet. It's Lucifer incarnate, and he's just walking the woods, roaming around, man. Who knows? But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little rundown on the old Goatman. If you did, let me know who you want me to draw and cover in the future. Let me know what poster theme you would like me to draw. Right now, we're obviously doing cryptids and mythical creatures. So let me know what you want to see, and I'll try to get around to it. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.